Hello there, welcome to this video. In this video, we've got something very, very different. You see, I love QuickBooks. Obviously, QuickBooks chat, that's how it works, how it rolls. But I also love technology. And I'm a small business owner who realistically has to be available most of the time, almost 24/7 in some circumstances. Especially if I'm looking to make a trip, maybe to go see a client or whatever it's going to be, I need to be available to be able to do other things at the same time. And that means I need to figure out a way to make sure that I can have access to QuickBooks whenever I need to. And that's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to set myself a challenge. What's the smallest bag, smallest container, smallest something I can take with me that means I still have access to QuickBooks while I'm out and about? So in this video, we're going to figure out what's the smallest amount I can take with me and what gadgets can I use to make sure that I can effectively be able to deliver client services while out and about. This video could be fun. Stay tuned. Hello, my name is Patrick. I am a chartered accountant, a certified UK trainer with a fancy new logo. That QuickBooks chap on the internet, head of accounts here at Boffix, was very relevant to today's video. And I'm also your digital disruptor for 2024. Finally, I'm also your podcaster who goes live each and every morning with Ask the Accountant. Now, with all that out of the way, let's figure out what this video is all about. Basically, I'm trying to figure out what's the smallest bag, smallest something that I could take with me to be able to deliver my services without compromising my service. And that's going to be a key part here. Yes, I could probably just get my mobile phone, put it in my pocket, and I could do majority and most of some of the stuff I'll need to do. A lot of the times when I'm out about, it might be having to review a set of accounts or put advice to maybe a team member who needs to figure out how to deal with something. Sometimes I need to jump in and actually do some physical work on QuickBooks, for example. I could, in a pinch, do all of that on this one device here. Problem is, A, it's not very efficient, and B, there's certain bits that this can't do. For example, if I need to sign something, for example, it's not really very good to just sign it directly from here. If I need to do something, anything other than light editing of, say, QuickBooks or something like that, really, I want to be doing this outside of the phone and on a full-blown experience. And that's what this video is about. Now, so for context then, I'm going to take my trusty little camera with me. So for context then, if I was going out and about and I was going somewhere, I'd most of the time take this with me. So top of here is just a nice little bag that sits on there, and I've got we've spoken about this before, I've got my Vision Pro in there, I've got a nice little case in there, so I've got all the stuff. I've got this little uppy bit here where I can go in there, and I've got a keyboard and a trackpad, and ultimately I've got loads of tech there that I need. And also what I would tend to do, on the back there, I can put another laptop with me, so I could either take with me my MacBook Pro that I've got there, or maybe my MacBook Air that I've got sat there. So I've got plenty of options. I normally have it on this nice sturdy wheelie bag as well. So if I've just got 1 or 2 nights to go, fit more than enough stuff in that area there. Most of the time that's pretty much empty, the bag itself. But from a tech point of view, everything I could ever need. And out and about with me, I'd either go probably a little bit overkill and use my main bag. So if I ever need to go anywhere, this is the bag I'm always taking with me. I can fit so much stuff in here, laptops, iPads, all that goes in there. Front here, I can put in bags and bags of stuff. So if I'm going somewhere that needs a bit of meaty, this is always going to be. It's got power banks in here, the lot. If though, I am taking this bag over here, which has got literally a whole battle station worth of stuff in there, then I'll probably just get away with a small bag like this that I would just have, say, on the train with me while I'm walking around. In here, I can easily fit my Surface Book. We spoke about this device before. Lovely, lovely, lovely device. Now, I choose between either taking the Mac with me or I take this. What I tend to like this one for is it turns into its own little tablet as well with a nice little kickstand. So really versatile to where it can sit, especially on a train, for example. Put this on the table and everything else. The keyboard itself is detachable and Bluetooth as well, so I can actually use this at any point, have this on my lap if I need to while walking around, and comes with a nice little pen. So if I need to do a bit of signing, or what tends to use a pen for more than anything else is just highlighting where people may have gone wrong. Set of accounts have come through for review, highlight this bit, highlight that bit, ask questions about this. There's something satisfying about actually highlighting the issue, highlighting the problem, go from there. So if I'm out and about, this is absolutely perfect. The other good thing about this is it actually has a SIM card slot as well, so I get cellular connectivity directly from here. Just there, look. So really, really, really easy for me to get onto the internet because, hey, it's got its own wireless internet built directly in. So this is nice. And then from here, I could fit that into that bag and have a lot of room to spare. In fact, probably what I would do is pack my iPad with it. And I love this iPad. Probably wouldn't take it with this case here with the keyboard and everything else. I would probably take it without the case, but I have one of the standard folio cases I would take with me. This, again, has its own cellular internet as well, so it's always connected to it. Put that in there. That would be pretty much more than I would need. If I want to go a bit smaller, I could trade it out for the iPad mini as well. Again, similar sort of aspect. I much prefer the Pro. Feel like it does more than it needs to. But unfortunately, I couldn't just survive on here, right? Again, I could interchange it. I could have this as well, and then I could maybe tether off my phone if I need internet connection. And honestly, it's thin, it's light, it's small. I would say that this is pretty small, right? But we can do better. But that wouldn't really be a challenge. I could put it in a laptop bag like this, right? And this could be more than enough for here. Fit a laptop in there, fit the phone in there. But again, that wouldn't really be a challenge. So the next size down I was thinking was something more akin to this. So this is the idea here, a bit more of a one strap shoulder bag. Put that over there. Loads of places here that can fit stuff in, like the phone and stuff like that. But ultimately it's got this big compartment, stuff in there off to the races. But what could I put in there? Well, I was trying to think a little bit outside the box here. Yes, I could. You know what? With this here, I probably could throw in the Surface Book. It probably could fit in there quite easily, right? No, I could do so much better. So about a year or so back, I spoke about this device. Now, for anyone who's not seen this, this is what's called a Steam Deck. Its primary focus realistically is for gaming. And the idea here is that you can game on the go, put the stuff in there. But one of the hidden features that this has is you can actually open it up to have a full-blown Linux experience. Now, Linux is basically an operating system, very, very similar to what Windows is like. And I've done a video before, and I'll try and link when we did this, where you could actually boot up this into a Linux device. And it does give you kind of the opportunity to write some things in and all this, that, the other. And you could have a keyboard on there and put everything in there from there. Works fine. Getting the internet on it, you'll just have to tether off a phone, for example, or use some public Wi-Fi, something like that. It's not ideal, I'll be completely honest with you on that side of things. But in a pinch, you can do some serious work on this. But I'll be honest, Linux, as cool as Linux is and as cool as this operating system is, especially from a gaming point of view, and kind of go from here. So I can, as it's shown there, go to options, switch to desktop, and this now is going to reboot out of the gaming area into a full-blown desktop, which, as you saw in the video, I can do pretty much it. But there's definitely some techiness to it, right? Like, this isn't perfect. And you can see here that I literally have got a trackpad on the right, I've got this on the left, and I can move around, and it just looks like any other operating system, right? And I can click into it, go to Google, job done. And I can kind of use everything that you'd probably expect to use. Touchpad, I can have a keyboard up on here. So if I want to, kind of have everything that I wanted to just in here. And this definitely would fit directly in here. Close that down. If anything, the case it comes in is a little bit too beefy for it, right? So here it is. Google's up, so easily get into QuickBooks. Shown that before. Now, I get the difficulty of that, or the thing that would probably stop people from using it too much, is the fact that it's Linux, and Linux is something that's probably a bit more tricky to get your head around how to use it and all that sort of stuff. So, similar to what we've just looked at, there are Windows variants of basically a gaming machine. So here we got what's called the ROG Ally. This first generation, this one, but there's a second generation out now. It's got a bit more beefier power to it. But ultimately, a Windows-focused gaming handheld. And the idea is that I can play games on here, everything go from there. But key to this one is it's Windows based. And as it's booting up, the case is a little bit less restrictive on this, but it has a little thing on it where the case itself turns into a stand, and in theory, because it's Windows, it's the full Windows experience, right? I can get myself logged in, get myself recognized in, and I'm onto a full-blown Windows experience. Put in the keyboard there. Absolutely brilliant. And again, from an internet connectivity point of view, hotspot phone, put that one in there, everything's groovy. One downside maybe is the fact it's a bit smaller screen, and I don't like virtual keyboards, but I could bring a small keyboard with me if I want to. Or what I love to do is bring a really small, portable keyboard like this one, keys on this side, trackpad on this side, that you can turn into a number pad if you want to as well by pressing one of the buttons. So realistically now, I can turn this in, put that in there, job done. And I could probably get away with doing most of my work this. You'd put power bank in there, you'd put your phone in there, stuff like that. And you'd probably get away with just using this side here. And as a pro tip, I can just about fit this in there as well. And what this has going for it, which could fit in that bag if I wanted to, has three things, right? First of all, as a standalone device, I can open up something like QuickBooks, get some work done, everything else. See those keyboards that we've looked at already, they can connect to it. I could just maybe bring a little portable mouse with me as well. And I could just get some work done looking like this and do it from here. Problem is, and the one problem you have when you're working with this sort of technology, and with this one device, as you can see here, I can see in front of me and have it on pass-through, which basically means that I can, again, get the keyboard going, put the information there. I can actually connect to this if I want to. So if I really wanted to connect via this, and I can put on the software that's in here, and there is software where I can beam the remote desktop to there, and then I basically have it from there, and I could use this device there. And even there's an option here for a USB-C connector, and I could connect this directly to there, and then basically the idea would be then that I would be able to use pass-through, and this could become a monitor of this device, and kind of got the ultimate working station. And if I really wanted to, I could definitely got room in here to stick this in there, put that in there, close that up. But can I get smaller? That's the question. Because as small as this bag is, and yeah, it's small, I feel like I can do better. And for this one, I had to be really thoughtful of how I'm going to do this. How do I get smaller than that one bag? Because good as that bag was, still a little bit restrictive, right? I had to think, what about going back to mobile phones? Because phones like this one here opens up and you've got quite a nice little area there. And I was thinking, well, is this going to be enough? Like this one here is the Microsoft Surface. Lovely little device, kind of has this rotatable screen, and you can put it down there, and you can have a keyboard on one side, thing on the other, and you could actually get some work done just by this, right? Like that could be a nice little foldable laptop, and you could pocket this, no problem. But remember how I said that realistically, I need to have something that's non-compromising. Like, yes, as good as a form factor is of this, it's still just pretty much the same limitation this got, right? It's just in a bit bigger screen. Then I remembered that there's Google's folding phones, right? Like I could fold this up here. I've got the opportunity to have QuickBooks on there, and yeah, that's again okay, can work. But the one device that I think rules them all is by Samsung. Now Samsung has a number of different solutions that you could use this for, but on this one, what we're going to use is their Fold series. And the beauty of their Fold series is, yep, you can open it up. In this particular one, it's got a little pen, so I could take notes on, all that sort of stuff. Great, yep, so fantastic. So I've got that very similar to the other ones I've done, but also has a big secret up its hand. And that is, an idea of Dex is if I plug into the phone there and give it a little bit of seconds to boot up, get that out of the way there. So at the moment, what's happening here is the phone is being mirrored to there. That's cool, right? That works pretty well. But on my phone, if I was to bring this down, bring it down here and use the option for decks, then the monitor boots up and shows a full-blown desktop experience. Ooh. Now, what we can use this for is pretty cool. So, remember this little keyboard I had here? Yep, works pretty well. Switch it on. It can Bluetooth to there. And as you can see, as I move that one, the mouse itself is moving around on screen. I can type, I can put that in. And from here, if this was it, if this was just connected to there with this keyboard, honestly, I can do everything from here. It's a full-blown Windows-like desktop experience, but I'm taking this one device with me. And it did get me thinking, right, okay, there was the option, remember, of taking the Oculus. And with the Oculus, I could have that on my head, run a wire from there, and I could have that whole DeX experience from there. But then I thought of one more, and this is what I think changes the game. So, as you see in front of me, here's the portable mouse and keyboard, right? Step one. Step two, with the mouse and keyboard, I could just run it directly from here. So you can see here, I'm kind of running my phone, and from here I can go in and type, and I can, type in the word QuickBooks, click on QuickBooks, and off to the races. And I could do a little bit of work here, and in a pinch, that actually could be all I'll ever need. And it's not a bad size screen, but not as good as using DeX. But then I remembered about these. These are X-Reels AR glasses. Now, this is going to be difficult to show, but let me kind of explain to you what's going on, and I'll try and show as much as we can. But the ultimate idea is, if I turn this the way around actually for now, I can actually plug in. Now, the idea that how these work is I actually have a button here where I can move through how dark or how light the things are. Now, as soon as I plug them in, it's going to ask me, do I want to go into Nebula? That's a bit of a solution they have for these, so you can have a bit more of an AR, VR kind of experience. But remember about DeX? If I click on here and click on the DeX option, suddenly in my eyes, you guys can't see this, and I'll try and replicate in a minute, my eyes, I now have that full experience. Doesn't matter where I look, there is a screen there waiting to be used. Again, I can darken it down, lighten it up, and I can have a really different experience, go through how dark and how surrounding the glasses are. And if I can figure this out, now it's really difficult to show here, and it's just coming up in bits, but if I get this right, you can just about see there, look, what I was seeing. And basically I'm seeing this huge screen, and I can use my keyboard and mouse. Notice nothing's happening on the thing there, because all I'm controlling now is my DeX screen. And from my DeX screen, you'll have to trust me on this one, but I can run anything, Chrome, all of them, right? And I can have all of those running directly via these. So in theory, with this one device, which in reality, I'd probably take this to go with it. So with these two devices, I've got one to clear emails, whatever I want to do with. The other device is for doing actual productivity work. I can stick these glasses in a bag like this in there, get myself a little satchel, and without compromise, all that stuff goes in there. Stick in some headphones. I think this is as small as I can go to be truly productive. In here, I've got my XR glasses, so I've got that big screen and that option to run DeX. I've got my phones, two of them in this case, and I would probably throw in here a power bank as well. But the fact I've got the two phones there means that if I need to, I've got the one that's running DeX and doing all that items like that. But then I've also got my iPhone as well, where I can do the rest of my work that I might need to do. And to me, having a solution that's literally this small is as small as I think I can get it. And I think the fact that I'm using Samsung Dex is the way to go in terms of having that full-blown experience of actually being able to get proper work done on a mobile device. But what do you guys think? Am I missing something? Is there anything else that you think would make it even smaller? That'll be interesting to know. Now, I know this isn't the biggest device in the world, and I generally do believe that I could do literally everything off this one device, with the fact it's got its own 5G modem and all that sort of stuff. But when you got to compare it to that size, it's food for thought, isn't it? And this, yeah, at the moment I'm using a folding Samsung phone, but you could use it on any Samsung phone from what I believe. I believe Dex is something that's involved in all of them. But the question is, what do you think? Have I gone small enough? Is there a way that anyone out there can think of a smaller way to use QuickBooks efficiently? Not just the mobile device, not just the mobile app, not just, you know, using a phone and going through there, but actually efficiently running it through there. I would love to know. And there we have it. There's my look at trying to find the smallest rig setup solution that you can take on the go using QuickBooks Online. And personally, I think Samsung Dex plus those glasses is the way to go. But I'd love to know. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. Let me know if there's anything bigger, smaller, what I'm missing. Great to know. Put them in the comments below. If this video has been useful to you, and don't worry, we'll be back to QuickBooks content pretty soon, then do let me know. Put the comments in there. Let me know how it's worked for you. Let me know if there's anything bigger, smaller that's out there. I would love to know. But my name's been Aaron Patrick. This video has been an absolute pleasure to do for you, to try and find the world's smallest and simplest way of being able to get QuickBooks done on the go. And there we have it. Until next time you click on one of my videos, don't forget to like, subscribe and all that sort of stuff for more content like this. And I'm sure we'll see you on a video very, very soon. Bye for now. Hello and welcome to this new series. Hello and welcome to this video. 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 Alright, let's get it set. Let's do this.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yes, I'm aware we go live every Monday.
The next generation is about everyone else that missed it.
Yeah. So,
All right, you've told us what you love about the industry, but what would you change about the industry?
Where do I start?
During that period of time, where did everyone turn to? Their accountant, their advisor, the bookkeeper, and you all did phenomenal work for small business.